Hey everyone, this is Viren and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, this is a new video and a new playlist that I'm starting for Google Ads. And the first one is going to be very beginner stuff, how to set up your account, and we'll create an entire playlist and move into how to do more advanced stuff with Google Ads. And if you're following my channel, you can follow this playlist and we'll go through Google Ads together. I promise you, if you watch this entire playlist, you're not going to need any course, any certification, anything in Google Ads. As a side note, I do have a few slots for one-on-one consultation. So if any of you out there are looking for that, the link is in the description to go ahead and book me up. Having said that, let's get into this new video and the new playlist on Google Ads that we are creating. And today we'll start with the basic setup of the account and creating your first Google Ads campaign. Let's get started. So I'm at ads.google.com. If you're a new user, you're going to see this offer to get up to 40,000 in ads credit. For this campaign, generally, Google will match the amount of money that you spend in the first 30 to 60 days of your account. So if you want, you can choose this and then click on Start Now. So when you create your first ad account, Google starts you off with this flow where you get to create your first campaign. So let's get started with that. We start by entering the business name. So if you have one, you can enter that. You can enter the website. These are all optional steps. So you really don't need to do this. And now then click on next. And now Google is asking us to set up the goal for this campaign. Now pay attention right here. If you go through this flow to create your first campaign, Google assumes you to be a beginner and sets up a lot of things for your profile without you knowing about it. And that is not something that we're going to be okay with, right? So just scroll down here and you'll see this something called not ready for a campaign, set up account only. And that is what we're going to use. So you can now confirm these account settings and do remember that you will not be able to change these information once the account is set up. So make sure this is exactly how you want it to be. Choose your country, time zone, and the currency. Click on continue. We can now create our payment profile. So you will need to connect this with a credit card. And how this works is that at the end of each month, you're charged whatever is the balance amount that you owe Google, or there is a limit. And every time you hit that limit, so for example, if it's $50 for your account, every time you hit $50, even if it's at the middle of the month, Google is going to charge your card. So let me quickly create this payments profile. So I've skipped over the part where I was creating my payments profile and setting up the payment method as well. So you can go ahead and do that for yourself. And finally, do we want personalized guidance from a Google Ads expert? I am going to click on no, because a bunch of times that I've interacted with these folks, the primary goal always is to get you to spend more money, to get you to create more different kinds of ads, because that, I believe, is their KPIs as well. So I don't want any interference there. We're going to set up things by ourselves. Let's click on submit. And congrats, you're done. We're now inside our Google Ads account. This is what the account looks like. You have all your campaigns, goals, billing, admin related, all of these information here. You can play around with a little bit of the appearance and search through things from this particular side. And I know all of this feels a little bit overwhelming, but we're going to start with one campaign, just explore one part, and then slowly cover everything else there is to know in the Google Ads Manager. So let's start with a new campaign. There are a lot of different objectives that Google allows you to promote for. You can try to drive sales, you can try to create leads, traffic on your website, app promotion, awareness, consideration. If you have a local store, you can try to get more visitors there. You can also say that I want to create a campaign without any guidance. For now, we're going to select website traffic. And for 9 out of 10 people, most of the campaigns that you're going to do, it'll always be website traffic. So let's do that. Now, there are these different campaign types that Google allows for. There is your regular search campaign that you see inside Google search whenever we search for anything. There's a Performance Max campaign that Google has released, and this optimizes and kind of tries to do everything with just one campaign. Display ads, whenever we go online to any news site, any platform, more or less, you'll see these banner ads that are powered by Google. So you could put your ad potentially in those places. Shopping would create your ads inside the shopping search product of Google. Video is for YouTube. And demand generation, as it says, is to create demand and conversions on YouTube, Discover, Gmail, image, video ads, all of those kind of things that Google would do. So like I said, in this playlist that I'm now creating, we are going to cover all of this. But for now, let's keep it simple. Let's go with search because again, 80% of you are always going to be creating search ads, and that is where the power of Google lies. If you want, you can add your business website here. Add your business website here for Google to fetch some of the information from there. But let me just continue without doing that. We've now got to choose our website traffic conversion goal. And the only option we have for now is page view. So let's just select that, give our campaign a name. And the last option is to turn on enhanced conversions. What this basically does is all of the information that someone provides on your website, Google is going to pick up all of that information and try to improve your campaigns with that information. So for example, let's say if Google could have access to email addresses of all your customers, they'll be able to map it back to Google users and see what are more similar users who could probably convert on your website and try and show more of your ads to those kind of people. And of course, Google has a lot of information about almost everyone across the world. So they can build products like this. For now, I'm not going to use this because this is just a beginner setup guide, and we will get into more complicated, more detailed stuff later in the video where we'll give it the attention and the time it deserves. So let's click on continue. Okay, so now we're looking at bidding, and this is basically what do you want to focus on and how much do you want to pay for it, right? And the options here are conversions, conversion value, click, impression share, and those kind of things. When you track for conversions and conversion value, you have to set up tracking so that Google knows every time a person converts. In our case, because this is a new account, I'm assuming that is not in place, and we'll cover this in another video. But let's optimize for clicks right now. You can set a maximum cost per click as well. So let's say that you're comfortable max paying $1 per click. So you can set that up. Now, if you're looking to ensure that your ads are only shown to people who do not know about your business, then you can check this option, bid for new customers only. However, to do this, Google will first need to have more information about your customers. And since this is a new account, when we click on this, of course, we're going to get an error. So we're not going to use this for now. Let's go into the next. And now we're getting into the campaign settings. So we decide where we want to show our ads. Search network is basically Google's own search pages and some of the sites that Google has partnered up with. So I'm not going to include search partners. And of course, it entices you with expand your reach with Google search partners. And Google does this a lot of times in a lot of different places in a lot of different ways. But we don't want to be spending more money. We want to be spending money exactly where we need to. Speaking of that, this is another place where we do not want to be advertising. Our intent is to just do search ads and not convert our search ads into a display network ad as well. So we're going to skip that. We can then select our locations. So let's assume that I want to advertise in the United States. And then there are these location options. So do I want to advertise to people who are in the United States or just people who are interested in? So somebody could be sitting all the way in India and searching for products in USA, and they might potentially start seeing our ads as well. So we don't want that. So we will only show our ads to people who are present in the location. Of course, you can go more detailed and start typing specific locations, and this is what most people would be doing. So let's say only Los Angeles. For language, English is by default selected, and I'm okay with that. I don't want to change anything there. There's a lot of different ways to segment our audience based on who they are, what their interests and habits are, what are they actively researching, planning. All of this we do not want to use at this point because we're doing a search ad campaign, and when a person searches for something, they will see our ad, right? So we really don't need to target people more specifically with these kind of things, at least for now. And for now, don't worry about broad match keywords. We're just going to continue, go on next. The next part is creating keywords. And as you might be aware that a bulk of what we do on Google Ads is also figuring out the right keywords to target. So Google provides you this service where you can enter your website. It'll pull details from there and see what are the keywords that might work for you. I'm going to skip that and directly go into creating these keywords myself. In fact, Google has now opened up this AI chat window as well, where you can chat with their Gemini engine and it can help you, create keyword suggestions and ads and stuff like that. And I tried asking it to create keywords and ads for myself, did not really work. You could, however, end up using ChatGPT or something which might be more reliable. But for now, let's find some keywords. So let me just add some keywords for now. But later we're going to do an entire video of how to do keyword research well and how to figure out the right keywords for your business, for your campaign or ads. But for now, let me just add something here just to show you how to go about setting up your ad campaign. So let's say that I have added some keywords around my business as I'm marketing consultant, growth consultant to startups and small businesses. As you can see, I'm also here getting some idea of what my weekly clicks, average cost per click and cost is going to be for the keywords that I'm targeting. And then finally, I come into the ad creation step where we start with the final URL. Let me add my website URL. We can add some paths that we want to show just here for the purpose of the ad. So let's say hire me, something I could add. Now there are multiple headlines options that you can add and Google will mix and match and show various combinations to see which is working best for your audience and for the people who are searching these keywords, right? So we can add these different headlines, different description options. For now, let me try to use GPT to create some of these options. So I'm quickly going to add everything that GPT has suggested. So I've added a bunch of headlines and descriptions. You could go into adding more things like your business name, logo, site links, call outs, a lot of these kind of things. Again, not for your first campaign, not for beginners. So I'm going to skip all of that and go ahead and click on next. So finally talking about budget, what is the average amount you want to spend every day? And there are some recommendations. You can set up something by yourself as well. So let's say that I want to spend something as little as $25 a day. I get a calculation on the weekly clicks, average cost per click, weekly cost, and all of that. And I'm going to click on next. So that's it. You can now go ahead and review everything that we have set up. And once you feel good, you can also go through a lot of these recommendations. And trust me, we will cover all of this. But a lot of times these recommendations are just ways for Google to increase your ad impressions and hence bill you more. So everything that you're asked to do is not what you need to do. And we will cover all of this. So let's click on publish campaign. And that's it. Your ads will go live after review. Generally for new businesses, it's going to take 1 to 2 business days. And you could also start measuring conversions by integrating this, which is a whole other video to look at. So for now, this is not what we're going to do. And our setup kind of ends here. We can close this. And once you're back to the ads manager, you can go under campaigns. You can check this campaign that we just created. And once it starts running, you'll see impressions, click-through rates, cost, all of that will start showing up here. And congratulations, you have created your first Google ad. Now, I know it might have felt that we didn't go into a lot of details like how to target better, how to do keyword research better, what are the options to track conversions, and all of that was not the purpose of this video. So keep following because I will build out this playlist over the next few weeks and you will ultimately go right from here to everything that is advanced to do on Google Ads. Keep following and keep checking this playlist. The link is in the description and I'm going to see you in the next video.